And the crypto job market booming. Fidelity announcing this week it plans to expand its digital asset unit by 70%, adding 100 new jobs in the process. Joining me now is Cheddar News reporter Alex Vuocolo. Alex, this story fascinating to me. What spurred this hiring spree by Fidelity?
Hey, Kristen. So Fidelity already offers custody, trading, and other services in Bitcoin. These hires are responding to investor demand for other crypto assets and financial products besides Bitcoin. Fidelity Digital Assets President Tom Jessup has said customers are expressing a growing diversity of interest in these other products. I asked Fidelity if they had any particular products in mind, and I think their response sort of suggested that right now what they're doing is exploring the space and seeing what opportunities there are for a large asset manager like themselves.
A lot's changed, obviously, in the past 15 months during the pandemic, but I know a lot's changed in the crypto market over the more than a decade that Bitcoin has been around. Alex, I'm just curious for the job market when it comes to cryptocurrency. How has that evolved since the last bull run that we saw in Bitcoin back in 2017?
So I spoke to Neil Dundon, who's the founder of Crypto Recruit, which is one of the first recruiting agencies in the space. And he said the biggest difference, first of all, is volume. He said the demand for position was roughly 10 times greater this cycle. But he also noted that more companies are actually following through on their job postings. In the past, there were a lot of fly-by-night companies that would reach out with listings, but then never actually make the hire. Now that's happening less and less. And in other words, the companies that are hiring are much more serious about their intention to expand into the space. On top of that, there's been a greater diversity of the types of companies that are hiring. You're seeing more large concerns like Fidelity, but also PayPal, JP Morgan, MasterCard, and others.
You know, I am curious, Alex, we've seen that the price of Bitcoin be very volatile. Certainly this year, we've had many people on this show saying long-term, Bitcoin is here to stay, cryptocurrency is here to stay. I'm just curious, is there any correlation between the volatility of the token price and the demand for jobs in this space?
So it's undeniable that the recent bull market has a lot to do with the demand for crypto jobs, which has pushed companies like Fidelity to do what they're doing now. At the same time, the recruiter I spoke to said price seems to be less and less of a factor as the crypto industry kind of expands and has a higher market cap. It's becoming more resilient, in other words, as a reliable job market. It is worth noting, however, that a lot of the hiring now is still responding to that last price spike. So it could take time to see how the fluctuations that we're seeing over the past couple months, how they'll impact that demand in the long run. With crypto, it's safe to say that sometimes there's a bit of a delay between price fluctuations and any kind of market demand that they might have.